Okay, so I want us to say every single thing that we said in the last episode, but speak clear in the mic.
I'm
Do you
speaking.
remember how we started the episode?
Do you remember how we started the episode? I'm speaking really clear right
You started with the jingle of I'm being seriously.
now. IBS.
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 IBS. IBS. IBS.
I'll be there.
IBS.
Okay, so that's how we started. Do you remember?
And then we started saying, what is going on with women these days?
Yeah. It's a bad
What?
idea,
It's a
right?
bad idea, right?
Please stop. Stop.
All
um
American bitch.
So we were talking about Olivia Rodrigo for a minute, just because she's a bad idea, right?
It's a bad idea, right?
Um,
She's Filipino
we were talking about her because why were we talking about her?
because she's 21.
She's 20. She's 20.
She's 20. She's almost old enough to drink.
I don't understand why we were talking about her because she copied the Paramore
Because she
song.
copied the Paramore song. And we said she sounds. We were trying to figure out what her music sounds like.
Oh,
It sounds like Disney,
Freaky Friday.
like Freaky. It sounds like Freaky Friday soundtrack music. It's like Disney radio rock.
Yeah, like a plaid skirt with some chains.
With like a fishnet gloves.
Yeah, maybe like a poofy scrunchie or something. Like a hot pink poofy scrunchie.
Yeah. What is Hillary?
Duff?
What is a
Clinton?
what is Hillary Clinton's favorite song of 2023? I wonder what her Spotify rap looks like.
Hillary Clinton or
Yeah.
Obama? Because you know Obama has a good Spotify rap.
He's like this. He has like Men I Trust on there.
His his is like he's invited to the cookout.
He was like, I've been listening to a lot of King Gizzard and the Lizard
I
Wizard.
think he likes King Gizzard and the
He probably
Lizard. Yeah.
does. He for sure does. He for sure likes Men I Trust. He has like a Mac DeMarco song on there from like
Oh shit.
2013.
Takes it back.
Takes it back, throwback,
He's
oldie.
he's pretty cool with his music. I think it's his daughters that keep him hip.
They keep him hip. That's true. They do keep him hip.
Anyway,
So we were saying that Olivia Rodrigo's music. I keep wanting to call her Olivia Rodriguez.
you want her to be Mexican.
I want her to be Mexican. I want us to have something. We don't got a pop star.
No, we don't. I don't consider Selena Gomez a pop star because
She's not.
she sucks at
She fucking
singing.
sucks at singing. She's just good at popping the boobies and the boobies.
Yeah, that's it, I guess.
They got real veiny out of nowhere.
They got real veiny out of nowhere, is what he just said.
Yeah, like what? And her face got all like lupus.
Lupus?
Lupus was the best thing that ever happened to her.
I mean, it's plastic surgery. It's the best
No,
thing that.
it was lupus.
Babe, are you serious? She has like fake ass teeth. They look
No,
crazy.
she
They
got
look
looped.
like a fucking Joker.
She got
Like,
looped. She looks like the Joker. So which one? Jared Leto's?
I don't know. It's just like those teeth do not match her
Teeth?
mouth.
Do the teeth match the drapes?
Her teeth are just too big for her mouth.
Oof.
They look funny.
They look okay to me. They match her big ass head now.
It's because you no, babe. It's because you don't pay attention to the teeth. You're not a teeth guy.
I see.
You whenever you see a picture of her and her teeth, you look at her boobs immediately.
I go from teeth to teeth.
Yes.
That's a big problem. Teeth to teeth.
Anyway, we were talking about yesterday.
Yesterday.
We were talking about stop singing.
Sorry.
God.
It's Olivia Rodrigo.
You're gonna be sued.
She's got. I want to be on the Spotify Wrapped.
Spotify Wrapped.
I
You want your episode to be on the Spotify
I
Wrapped?
want my episode to be on Spotify
Aw,
Wrapped.
babe.
I want to rap on Spotify.
It's because everybody knows that your episodes are like they're just the chill episodes.
The
They're like
chill? They're like the last. They're like the audible, the last minute. Like
it's like when you watch Seinfeld.
It's about nothing, huh?
It's just like very like, it's good, but I don't need to listen to this
Oh
episode.
no.
It's good.
It's like when someone offers you a slice of pizza
Yeah.
and like you don't know where it's from, but you'll eat it.
Yeah. It's pizza.
Pizza.
How bad can it be?
You're like, that's pretty good, but it's not my favorite pizza spot.
Um, yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool that I got to have the Spotify Wrapped. I didn't know that was coming.
I didn't either. I was like, damn, I was impressed.
I was like, oh, cool. This is cute.
I was like, it's #1 episode of Pennsylvania. Shout out to the P-Villers, the people from the P-Town.
Babe, I already told you that wasn't the number one
Oh, my bad,
episode,
my bad, my bad.
but
No, no, that
it
was the most
was it
shared, the
was the
most
most
shared.
shared.
The
So
number
it's
one
a very
episode,
popular episode.
yeah, the #1 episode was with your neighbor. What's his name?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey? I wanted to call
Jeffrey.
him Jordan. That's
It's
my
not
bad.
Jeffrey, it's Jeffrey.
Sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey
So
Star?
no.
He's a star.
No. It's not Jeffree Star.
Jeffrey.
Jeffree
Montoya?
Star. Montoya, yeah.
Montoya.
Um,
Tony Montana.
I guess those are very similar last names.
Montoya Montana.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool that that happened. Anyway, let's go back to the topic that we were talking about. I'm just gonna really pronounce my words like
I
this.
think what we really need to discuss is the secular nature of Olivia Rodrigo's sound.
Um, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to IBS.
So we were talking about how men and women.
We were saying that when is Tyler Perry going to come out as trans? He clearly loves being Medea. He loves Kobe's currently on the mic. He's trying to eat the mic. She's giving him the mic. He's trying to eat it. He's going for the bite. He's speaking. He's licking the mic as we speak.
Okay.
Okay. So we were saying that Tyler Perry, Will Smith, P. Diddy, when they go on a date, are they splitting it? Are they all ending up at the same place after? Who is
Who's the top? Who's the bottom?
who's the is Tyler Perry, you know? Is he
Gary?
Tyler Gary? Is he Will Smith? Or is he Will Pinkett?
Okay, so we were talking about etiquette.
Etiquette, first date etiquette.
Yes, I think you forgot.
No, I
and
didn't
so you
forget.
were just like
I
kind of
didn't
like trying to
forget.
like I don't know.
No, it's
I think you forgot
me.
the topic.
I don't remember.
Yes, I think you forgot the topic, so you were like trying to just
No, no. We were talking about first date etiquette. We were saying what's up with like, like you saw a post
right.
about a girl saying like, ladies,
Yes.
how should we respond when a guy's like, I want to split the bill on the first date?
Right.
And she's like, I'll say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought this was a date.
Right.
I didn't know you just wanted to be friends.
That's what she said in the clip.
Yeah, that's what she said.
She said, ladies, if you're ever in doubt and he offers to pay 50-50, you just pretend and you say, oh, I didn't realize you just wanted to be friends. That way he feels dumb and he's being friend zoned.
Yeah, he throws himself in the friend zone.
Yes.
And then he feels dumb for trying to split on the first date.
Yes.
And
we were talking about how, like, typically, well, I mentioned how guys that are usually in the friend zone will pay. It's usually a different type of guy that wants to split 50-50.
oh yeah, it's the guys that watch like the Fit and Fresh podcast, and they like Andrew Tate, and They're like, I'm a high value man. I'm not splitting the bill with no bitch.
Right. And what does that guy typically look like?
That guy looks like he's balding a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or his hair's thinning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he goes to the
Mm-hmm.
gym, but he only works on his chest,
Mm-hmm.
and he definitely drinks a lot of energy drinks.
Uh-huh.
He wants to own a gun, or he has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he thinks everything's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
he's down with Trump.
Down with Trump.
He's like a little homoerotic with his homeboys.
Okay.
He's he thinks women are all gold digging whores,
Yeah.
and he thinks that he's a catch, and you can catch him at a sports bar yelling at TVs.
Mm.
He probably is a car salesman or a T-Mobile phone salesman. Um, what else does he
What type
do?
of do you think that those type of men attract a certain type of woman?
Do they attract a certain type of woman?
Yeah. What do
You
you
know,
think?
I feel like they go after a certain type of woman,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they end up a victim.
The man ends up a victim?
No, well, you know what? Sometimes because of the type of person they are, they end up, attracting the same bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Because there's like an equivalent. There's like a female equivalent to
Right.
that
And
archetype
were we saying that the equivalent wait, are you saying the equivalent as in
of that guy.
there's a female out there that
Is similar.
is similar, or are you
She's like the
saying
opposite of the spectrum for females. Like
oh
she's
that's
like
what we were saying, that the
yeah.
girl that doesn't like the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that's the girl. So the same guy, the guy who wants to split the bill, if he was a woman, he would be the girl that's like, you ain't taking me to no Cheesecake Factory. You take me to Cheesecake Factory, you spend $200.
Interesting.
I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory.
You started off her tone like as if this was a black woman. Do you have anything
Whoa!
to say?
I just want to say I see a lot of black women on Instagram complaining about Cheesecake Factory, okay? I just want to get the facts straight. I haven't seen any Mexican, any Latinas saying, you can't take me, to Cheesecake Factory.
I think you're being a little biased with that because I'm pretty sure I've seen that before.
You seen the Latinos complain
Yeah,
about it?
they complain too.
They're only complaining because they saw the black girls on Black Twitter saying, "Don't take me to
Well, we were
cheesecake."
mentioning how black Twitter and black people in general on social media are typically
They
influencers.
influence
Yeah.
the vernacular, right?
Yes.
It's true, and it's funny because it's like it ends up dated. Like it's like dated. It's like dated slang and vernacular. It's not always like up to date shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Example. You're a little dry today.
I'm a little dry.
Yeah.
I feel moist.
Ew.
I feel sticky.
Sticky tips.
Sticky tips.
We also mentioned that yesterday.
Oh
Something
yeah,
about
my
tipping.
tips
Oh,
are
because I shared a
sticky.
story. I shared a story.
What was the story about?
Well, we didn't get to this topic yet because we kind of went off on this whole thing about paying.
Fuck, etiquette. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
etiquette.
etiquette. Let's go back to etiquette.
Okay.
So, on a first date, do you think you should be splitting the check if you're a man taking a woman on a date? And I think as a man, if you want to be friends forever and never feel the touch of a woman, yeah, have her pay half. If you want to maybe, I don't know, be kissed for the first time, start a family, get married in Iowa,
Right.
start a business.
And I mentioned that it's typically like the men that are anti-feminist that want to go 50-50.
They do it out of spite.
Yeah, they think it's funny.
They're like, you're independent. You can pay for half your dinner. And then the woman's like, okay, well, you can freaking go home and jack off instead of freaking being with a woman ever.
And you were talking about how some guy on Reddit
Oh,
He
the guy on Reddit.
don't laugh so loud into the mic.
Sorry. The guy on Reddit who, when he feels depressed, he formulates a character.
Yes.
He goes on Tinder, and then he takes girls out under the guise of this character he's built up. And the recent character is a wigger, and it's a guy that he's crafted who like only plays 3-6 Mafia over and over again, the same song.
Mm-hmm.
And then he picks up girls. He takes them on a 20-mile drive to Chili's,
Mm-hmm.
and then he doesn't let them change the song. He refers to them as pimp,
Mm-hmm.
main, and then
He ditches them
he ditches them at the Chili's.
at
Says
the
he's
Chili's.
yeah, and he doesn't pay.
He doesn't
That guy
pay.
doesn't pay. And then he says at the end, "That felt good. I really needed that."
Yeah, that's some weird shit.
That's sick, right?
Yeah,
That's like some sick shit.
that's some sick shit.
It's even more sick because it's like it's not even like the typical sick shit. He's not like a pervert or a creep. He's just like an asshole, but he's like
Yeah.
a crafty asshole. Like
And it's almost sick, like you're mentally sick in the brain because you're like psychologically so organized about this.
yeah, it's so like methodical, huh?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
you thought about it.
it's
This is
very
what I'm
funny.
gonna do.
Yeah,
It's funny if it's like not happening to you.
yeah.
And I think
Imagine being that woman.
like it's funny, but it's also not because it's like this is what guys think is like funny.
I have a friend who has pretty terrible luck dating women, and he went on a Tinder date, and he did the he it was like the worst date. He didn't offer to pay for anything.
Hmm.
He didn't have anything planned.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then he felt the date going sour, and it's already like 2-3 hours in. And if he's listening to this, I'm sorry. It's just so funny. They went to a bowling alley, and he felt the date going so south, and like he felt it was just like so dry and just like there was no chemistry happening.
Hmm.
But on it's his fault. He was like not talking. He was not being funny. He was just like completely nervous,
Hmm.
and he also fucked up by not paying for anything.
Oh my
He didn't have
God.
anything planned.
Why didn't he pay for anything? That's the least he could have
Because
done.
he's cheap. He's cheap. And I'll say it, he's cheap. And he left the girl at the bowling alley because he didn't know what to do.
What?
Yeah, he didn't know how to be like, this date's not going well, even though he fucked it up.
Yeah,
And he left her at the bowling alley.
that's so fucking weird.
I don't know what the deal is. I don't know, like, I think we got a real problem happening.
I think we do too. I get it if you're like a woman who's very independent and like, you're like, I want to offer to pay.
Oh, like you insist. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Let me. No, no, let me. But like, are you a dick if you're like, sure?
Yeah, so I think like sometimes on the first date, it's like, I don't know. Like, when do you think it is fair for a woman to pay for her part of the meal? Like, I think there has been occasions where I was like, no, I'm gonna pay for this because I don't like you.
And you don't want to feel like
Yeah.
like now you
Now
owe
I
him
owe you
something. Now
something.
I owe you like some.
Yeah. I don't like you. I'm gonna pay for my fucking meal.
Yeah, that's a good way to sub like that's a good way to like what was that subliminally convey like that you're not interested.
Yeah, in a
Like indirect.
way.
It's
It's
a good indirect way to like cue to a man like I'm not really interested in you like that because I'm insisting on paying. If a girl's like I already paid,
mhm.
you're like what? That's never happened to me, but like I can imagine because I know as a man, I think the move is like she shouldn't even see you pay on the first date. You should just take care of it.
Yeah.
Like just that way it doesn't become like a thing.
Awkward. And
Yeah.
that's where I had this story. Okay, so well, the story I mentioned yesterday was about me being on a date with somebody that I really didn't want to go on a date with, but he had been asking me for a while.
How long?
Um, I guess it would be a couple years.
What's his name? Not Where does he live?
And so I finally like caved because, like I said, I was hungry. I was like broke. I didn't want to pay for anything.
So you took the free meal.
I took the free
You took
meal
the free meal.
and I just was like, all right,
No shame. No
let's see
shame in
what
the
this
game.
guy's about, even though I already think I know what this guy's about.
What was he about? He just wanted a bone?
No, he
Worse.
was clearly a person that like doesn't date much or hasn't had like
A virgin.
a long relationship with anybody. I don't think he was like a virgin,
An
but
incel. A loser?
let me finish. No, he wasn't a loser.
He wasn't a loser? Now you're defending the guy?
No, I'm just saying like he had a job and
He was a
he had a
complete.
good job, I think.
He was a complete
No, he did
piece
have
of
a good
shit.
job, and I knew that. So I went, I drove myself. We met there, this place that I have
You drove
never.
yourself. That's already a red flag.
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why. Because as a woman, it's a safety tactic. Like, you're going on a first date with somebody. I kind of already knew him. I like never hung out with him or anything, but I kind of
Mhm.
already like had some idea of him
Mhm.
and everything. Um, Probably like an acquaintance in a way. And I drove myself because I don't know him that well. So in any case,
I don't think it's a red flag. Like
it's not a red
for
flag.
you, I think it's a. I mean, like in terms of like how well the date's gonna go.
Personally, let me tell you
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, tell me.
As a person that used to date, like if a guy offers to pick me up and I think that's already like a good sign of like not just like, oh, he's the one, but like it's a good sign that he's communicating with me
Yeah.
because I appreciate that. Like, do you want me to pick you up or do you want to meet halfway? Like, I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea because it's like, I'm not trying to be a creep. I'm letting you have your option of like meeting me halfway because I get like that the world is scary and men
Yeah.
are fucking
It
evil.
gives you a way out too.
Yes.
Like, hey, do you want to meet here at this time?
Yeah. I don't like the I'll pick you up at this time. I get how some women could like that, but for me,
You
like,
gotta fill it out.
yeah, I just don't kind of like I don't like that.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's better to be like, hey, do you want to meet at this time? And then that gives a girl to like be like, you're not gonna pick me up if she wants you to pick her
I
up.
think a guy should just be forward and ask like the
Do you want me to
options.
pick
Do
you
you
up?
want me to pick you up or we can meet up? Like
I could pick
it's
you up
up
at
to you.
this time, or we can meet there.
Yeah. I think it's really like just solid to offer that.
I could get you an Uber.
Yeah, that too.
I
Whatever.
got bus tokens.
So I met this guy and I think he offered to, like, you know, do you want me to pick you up or
Yeah.
and I was just like,
You're
I'll
like,
meet you
nah,
there.
you're like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm driving.
I don't even like you.
Taking the
Like
Lime scooter there, dude.
And so we went. The date was terrible. It was awkward.
Ooh.
I was bored.
Ooh.
When guys don't understand my sense of humor, I'm already just like, this is so
Ooh.
boring because I can entertain myself. So if someone's bringing me down, like
Loser alert. Loser
I
alert.
just want to get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed in the date, which I was very annoyed of, because not only was the date terrible and there was no vibe or anything, but this guy left the bill
Oh.
on the table
For too long,
for
huh?
too long that it made me feel uncomfortable. But I was so certain because I was like, I'm not paying for this. Like, I didn't even want to come. I'm not paying for this. Like, you had been asking me out. I'm not paying for this. Not fucking paying for this.
Yeah.
I don't like you, but I'm not paying for this.
Ooh.
I don't know how many times I had to say that in my head. I'm like, don't give him. Don't fucking give in cuz fuck this guy. And like I wasn't sure if he wanted me to pretend to pay or if he was just like I don't like her. Like I'm not going to pay for her either, you know?
I mean, he clearly did like you. He was like pestering you for a date.
But like maybe when it came to the date, he was just like, nah, like
He was like, nah, it didn't go well.
yeah.
She's boring.
Yeah, something like that.
She's whack.
And the food wasn't even that good.
Oh
Like
man.
it was just So I remember I specifically went to the restroom because I was like, this is so awkward that I need to go away. And I took my time in the restroom and I come back and the check's still there.
Oh man, that's fucking cringe.
And like I even remember just being on my phone for a period of time because I was like hello.
I know, like, are you gonna damn, so you hopped on your phone, like, and he was just like what, leaving the check there? Like,
Yeah, it was so weird. And then like I don't know if I said something, I might have, but eventually like he paid for it. And then I was just like, "Thanks." Yeah. N- And we just like left. We went our separate ways and I think he wanted to hang out again and I was just like, "Oh no, I'm okay. Like I'm not trying to date."
you said that?
Something
You
like
said like
that.
I'm not trying to see anybody or something?
Yeah.
Damn. So that guy just is fucking lame.
Yes.
Completely fucked up his one chance.
Yeah. Like I didn't even want to do it, you know?
Yeah, and you gave him like a mercy date, and I mean, to be fair, not to be fair actually, but just to be honest, like he didn't have a chance to begin with. You were hungry.
No, yeah.
You just wanted a free meal, so like
Yeah,
you kind
and
of used him
to
for the free meal.
get out of the
But
house.
you were hoping that like maybe maybe he'll be
Maybe he can surprise
funny or
me. Maybe he
cool,
can entertain me. Yeah.
but he was not. He
He
was a
was,
complete. You understood from the. You already knew what
yeah.
he was gonna be.
Yeah.
There was no surprise,
Right.
and I think what women hate is when there's no surprise,
Yeah, like he's just as boring and bland
as
as
you
I
thought.
thought, you
Yeah,
know?
I think women like a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like guys that are like a little weird,
Yeah.
not like creepy weird, but like like quirky.
Yeah.
You know,
You're quirky.
me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can be, I guess.
I don't know.
I can be a little odd.
I think you're definitely on the spectrum.
I'm on the spec. I'm on the spec.
Your face change
I
sometimes.
I'm a little weird. I didn't realize how weird I was and
Until me,
until
a
you.
behavioral specialist.
Yeah, until I dated a therapist, a behavioral therapist, and I was like, oh, okay, I am like a little
Like
fucked
I
up.
just observe your behaviors
Yeah,
constantly.
you like you have like years of data now, like that you've analyzed me, and like yeah, I feel like yeah.
Like I know today when I was like, you're doing the same shit you did when Diablo came out, and I just
Oh
saw it in your face
no,
that you're just like
that I'm like obsessed. I'm like in a
that
like
you're
a
just
hyper
like
manic
you
episode.
realize that you knew that I was right. And
I hate when you're right about stuff like that. It pisses me off. It just feels like I don't have any control. I'm like, fuck. She sees. It's like if somebody points out you have a booger in your nose and you like pass by the mirror all day and you didn't see it.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck. I knew there was a booger there. I should have seen it. She sees it.
So that was my story of dating etiquette. I think men should pay. You're gonna ask a girl out, you should pay, and don't even fucking let her see that check. Like, or just like put your card in.
Don't even, like I said, get the fuck up and leave her
Like
there. No, I was
don't like.
kidding.
I think like don't even make it awkward because there's nothing more like
Money's awkward,
it is. It's
especially in the
so
first few
awkward,
dates.
and you're trying to get to know someone. Like, don't even let that come in between this relationship you're trying to establish with somebody that
It sh-
maybe you like or
it
maybe
should
you don't. I
it
don't
should
know.
feel very like chill and organic and like it doesn't need to be like, oh wow, this guy's gonna like,
I'm just a little old fashioned,
did
you
you
know,
fucking
in
wallet
that
roulette?
sense. And I think there are a lot of women that also see or see like dating kind of similar to the way I see dating. And I think men should be the providers, and I think they should pay for
All right.
your first date. And I think,
I think if you ask a girl out, you should pay.
yeah,
Now, if a girl asks you out, you don't have to fucking pay. I don't think so. She asked you out.
yeah,
So you can be like, you
interesting.
can offer to pay. I think as a man,
I think
you
it's
you
different.
should offer to pay
Yeah.
because you want to show you like this girl. But if a girl's like, you want to go out? Let's go this place, and you offer to pay, and then she's like, no, well, let's split it.
Yeah.
Or she's like, I want to take you out.
Yeah.
That's a crazy power move.
But I was gonna mention
That's a real crazy
like,
power move.
do you think that, because we talked about this, like that guys, I've heard this,
What?
that guys enjoy when girls offer to pay, even though
They feel
they
respected.
know they're gonna pay anyway.
Well, so what you're asking if I agree with that?
Yeah.
I think I mean myself
You've
personally
heard that, right?
I've heard it from guys that they're like pissed when a girl doesn't even touch the wallet or doesn't even offer.
Yeah.
But I've also heard from women they fucking hate when a guy hesitates to reach for his wallet when the
Right?
check comes.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
and as a man, yeah, that's like some weak ass bullshit. Like I'm like, damn, like you're honestly like if we look outside of like a heterosexual relationship and you just think about just like anyone dating, if you're the person who invited the person out,
Mm-hmm.
you should pay
Right.
because this person didn't have to go on a date with you. They could have just stayed home.
Right.
And you're like trying to like
You're the one that initiated it.
you initiate it, and I think we were saying this last time, like there's no courting that happens.
Mm-hmm.
People like expect things. Like a lot of like what do you, let's we didn't talk about this yesterday. Some men expect the 50-50. What do you think about men that are like straight up like check comes, they're like, are you gonna put out?
Ew.
Yeah, that's a thing. I
Ew.
didn't know that's a thing. I've never in my life been like, so we gonna fuck? You know, like
Yeah, that's weird.
it's kind of weird, right? Like to bring that up at dinner.
Yeah, that's creepy. And obviously, like it's almost like what girl is saying, yeah,
Yeah, of
okay,
course.
sure.
I don't know. I want to know like how that goes down.
I want to know who told this guy, like, that's a good idea.
Like you got to make sure you establish are you gonna bone or not.
Yeah, weird.
It's weird, but I think I've also heard men say that they're rationalizing like they're asking because they want to know like
What their chances are?
yeah like they I don't I don't quite understand it. I think the way I understood it when I heard it is like they're asking you like they want you to know that they're expecting to be physical
Right.
and they're gonna if you don't want to they're just like well it's cool then you can pay for your half because you're not interested in me like that
Yeah.
even though it is like a super blunt kind of like creepy move.
Yeah. But I also think that actually gives the woman more insight onto who this man is
Yeah,
too, which is like,
this guy
okay,
wants to just rush
this guy is
into
like
some physical
like a
shit.
no, you know?
Yeah.
Like fuck that.
Yeah.
That's none of your fucking business.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
It is though. It's like you don't know somebody. That's a first date. Like really?
That's a weird
I can't fucking predict the future if I'm gonna like you enough to let you, you know,
hit it. Yeah. That
touch
is
my body.
touch my body. Yeah, that is a weird thing. I mean, imagine the way around though, how different it would be if like girls were like, "So you gonna let me, you know,
Yeah.
you gonna let me touch that thing?
You let me ride?
You gonna let me ride? Can I get a ticket or ride?" Like, it would just be so different.
But it's not.
It's not. It's not like that.
And
So
I'm not gonna pretend that it is,
it's
which
not.
is why I think men should pay the first date.
Yeah,
If you're asking me.
you
And
should pay.
yeah, that's that.
You should pay. And we were saying that there should be like a conversation that happens before the date to like get to know this person so you don't make the move of taking someone who hates Cheesecake Factory for the
Right.
first date to Cheesecake Factory. And if you don't fuck with women that
Mm-hmm.
are like a little like I don't know, high maintenance like that,
Right.
then you know you can make up your mind and figure
It's
it
like,
out.
how is that not common sense though? Like, I'm an introverted person and I'm taking a really pretty extroverted girl out, like,
This type A girl.
because like this is gonna work because she's so pretty, and it's like that's not gonna work. You don't have a chance.
Yeah, I don't think you take the weave BBL fake teeth girl with the Birkin bag to Cheesecake
When you
Factory.
like playing magic.
When you like when you like eat, you know, you like to eat fucking Raisin Canes.
Yeah.
This is, you know, as bougie as it gets. Like you don't do that.
Like you don't stand a chance. So why even bother? Like
I don't. I just think it. Even if that girl is like chill and cool, like you don't. You got to kind of gauge, like the waters there. Like, is this someone I can afford to take on
True,
dates?
true.
Is this someone who even cares about expensive dates?
Right.
Like you should kind of figure that out before you ask someone on a date. To be honest, like I think it's kind of fucked up how like guys are like criticizing women for being a certain way on dates, but you're the one that asked this girl out. And you actually like you were being shallow when you asked this girl out. You only went after her because of certain
She was
things,
pretty or something.
certain physical traits you like about them.
True.
And then you're upset that this person who you shallowly pursued is also shallow.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what the fuck were you expecting?
Yeah.
Not saying that all those girls are like that. I'm just saying like they kind of got what they put into it, right?
Right. So
So it's like you're an idiot.
I think people just need to communicate more and like figure out how to talk. And
Yeah.
I was mentioning if it's so hard to do that, if you find it difficult to date someone initially,
Hmm.
then it's probably clear that that person's not for you, you know?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult
Shouldn't be
to
difficult.
communicate or find some form of compromise on something you guys can do together. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be that hard.
I don't think you should be running into problems like that in the dating stages.
Yeah.
That's a bad sign. That's a red flag, right?
Yeah, that's already a red flag.
If it's not easy off the bat to be like, oh, let's do this. I'm down to do that. Cool.
Yeah, right?
Or hey, what about we go do this? Sure, that sounds fun. Or like, hey, I want to see you today. Like, you want to meet at this time over here, or you want to do
Yeah,
this?
those are
Yeah,
better signs. Not like it's not a promise that that relationship's going to work out because that person could be a total psychopath and be pretending that they're like this and they're not. But I think those are good signs of just a general
yeah.
first date, you know?
I think, I think we are talking about this either on the podcast yesterday or like off of it, but like, I think like people shouldn't be cold calling dates.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
you
said
should,
cold calling,
like you shouldn't be showing up to the date and this is the first conversation you've had outside of text.
right?
Like
Oh yeah, you said you don't like that people don't that
they
they're
don't
only
call, they
they're
don't
only
talk.
texting, yeah.
Yeah, like if you like a girl, and I was saying like if you're a guy, and I'm a straight dude. I can only give advice to other guys that are like me
Mhm.
in terms of orientation, or whatever. So if you're a dude and you like girls, and you want to know this girl and you want to show her a little bit about yourself and know about her, then why don't you pick up the phone and have a phone call with them?
Right.
Like you should be talking to this person for like a few hours.
Yeah.
Like if you like a girl, you should be wanting to talk to her, not just like because like
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Like
LOL.
people are like way too like they're like keyboard warriors in the
Yeah.
DMs. They're like that's why they always say like oh when they're saying all this and that in the DMs and then they pull up, like
Yeah,
they're
and they're
not
all
about that
quiet,
action. They're all quiet. They're
boring.
being all like flirty in the DMs and then they pull up and they have like no personality. They
Yeah.
can't talk. They have no social skills.
And that's when I mentioned that like that's why like guys hate funny guys. Like non-funny guys
Oh
hate funny
yeah,
guys because it's like funny guys get to show their personality and
and girls like that shit.
and whether that guy's ugly or not, like he doesn't have to be the most attractive guy. He could just be funny and
I mean, he's got the one up on the dude that's a little better looking but no personality.
yeah.
Yeah, unfunny dudes hate funny dudes.
You could be an ugly guy, but as long as you're funny and maybe tall or average height, like I think you can still get a lot of girls.
Good save.
Yeah. um well because I think also if you're funny and you're short and like there are like attractive short good looking
I have
guys
some
that are
really
funny.
short homies. I got like some of the
Sh-
shortest homies that I've
short
ever seen.
short kings
I know some short kings, and you know what? They don't have a problem
being short.
being short and getting girls. I can't say they get the best quality girls.
Oh
I
my
definitely can't say
god.
that they're out here dating quality women, but they're women like them.
Okay.
So like,
Who? Just kidding.
Who? Like what type of woman?
No, I was
You
asking
know.
which friends.
Oh,
Just kidding. You don't have
mm,
to point them out.
my friends with tattoos that are short.
Okay.
I have multiple.
I know
They're
which
very
one.
strange looking. They're good guys. They're good
I
guys,
know
kind
which
of.
one you're talking about.
Whack. Yeah. So yeah, I have short friends who get girls, and it kind of goes to show, like, and
True.
I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
transparent. Like, I'm not super tall. I'm only like 5'8".
You're not?
I'm overweight, and like,
You are?
look at me,
Killing it.
killing the game.
Stole my heart.
Stole your heart. Like, I've never really had trouble, and I'm be myself, and I could be funny, and you know, keep shit
Yeah.
chill.
I think there,
Goes a long way.
yeah, I definitely think
I stay
that.
sticky.
Okay, got it.
I'm sticky.
I think definitely if you have a personality, and we were saying how nowadays people discount personality. They don't
Yeah,
think that it like outshines things, but it does.
it does.
It does.
It's underrated, right?
It actually is like more important than anything.
Yeah, and guys are either guys are like acting like it doesn't matter, or they're listening to the wrong guys and not focusing on it.
True.
Because guys are downplaying it. They're like, a lot of guys want to, like, I think now, because like everything's so visual, like hyper visual,
Right.
like guys want, there's like lusting after a certain look,
Hmm.
and they're not being honest, like, on how much I think the personality factors in for them.
Right.
Because then they're upset. They're like upset with
Yes.
the type of personalities they're meeting when they're going after these like superficial qualities.
Hmm.
Like like every guy wants like a huge ass,
Okay.
and so they'll just like, they're going after physical traits and not going after like things that they actually want in a person.
Right.
And so, like, I think it's the same thing with like men and women right now that are like hyper focused on social media
Hmm.
trends and influences. Like, they're like, I want this in a man, like this superficial quality, and then the men are like, I want this superficial quality in a woman, and
Right.
they're not really thinking like, yeah, I want someone who's funny. I want someone who like treats me right and is like makes me feel safe, and
Yeah.
I can bring around my friends and family and build something with and
Right.
raise a dog with. They're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
They've got like a veil over their eyes.
Yeah, I remember this one guy I went out with one time, and we met up at a bar. It was like a chill bar. It wasn't too loud. And he wore like one of those hats, or like
Those hats,
yeah, like prayers. The guy that
like
used
a train conductor hat,
no, it was like
a
you you remember the guy that
20-gallon
I
hat,
forgot his name.
Abraham Lincoln hat.
No, it's like those like goth hats or like those scene hats
What?
where it's like around and then it's like this.
Like a bowler hat? Like it's
No,
round on top and it's got a brim?
it has a brim.
Does it have like is it like Slash's hat?
No, it's not like Slash's
A
hat.
fedora?
No.
What kind of hat are you talking about?
Babe, I'm so frustrated that you don't know which hat I'm talking about. Look at prayers. Not
Prayers?
not him, not Raphael, but like the guy that used to be in the group.
You're talking about like a conductor's hat? Like some sort of like,
No.
well, what do you're not giving me any.
It's just weird that you
I
don't
got
know
it. Get
like
it out of your
any
phone. So you're
fashion.
gonna interrupt the recording. This is not even a hat. This guy's got on a beanie.
Well, that's a beanie. This hat. You see this hat?
Oh my god, what is that? Like a fucking Undertaker's hat? Like
I
the
don't
fucking cowboy
I don't know
sheriff?
how you would describe this hat.
That's like a fucking. I mean, that's like a cowboy hat, right?
It's not a cowboy hat.
That's like the hat that like a white dude who like has a beard and he grows his hair long and he's like, I only make
Anyway,
folk rock music.
so I went on this date with a guy who showed up with a hat and like super skin tight jeans, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, this is so embarrassing."
I don't know, are you performing at fucking Red Rocks tonight? Like,
And
Alice Cooper?
then it was just like so bad because he was so boring.
Oh, that's so
He
cringe.
was
Like
so
he
boring.
showed up with like fake
I
personality,
mean,
basically.
luckily, like, you know, I think we ordered our drinks together. I only got like one or two drinks because that was my limit whenever I would go on dates.
Yeah.
And I drove myself, and there was no food involved, so it wasn't like awkward, but in that sense
Mm.
for like the bill. But he was just so boring, and he didn't understand like my sarcasm, and like he was just so dull.
Weird.
You ever talk to someone so dull, you're
Of
just like, I
course.
feel like
Yeah.
fucking scrubbing sandpaper on my tongue.
Ugh. Like I just feel like jumping off a bridge so I don't have to talk to you ever
Like,
again.
I wish I just was in my room or something.
I wish you were dead.
So personality goes a long way.
That's cringe. If like
And especially it's like you're dressing all loud and you're not
like
even like
you're not
a
loud at
loud
all.
person.
Like
Like,
all his personality was in his outfit.
yeah.
Like he had
Oh,
nothing else to offer.
so gross.
That's kind of like a thing. Like I don't know what to describe it as, but like there's people who dress like they're artistic
Hmm.
and they have no artistic talent at all.
Abilities or
No ability. They're
anything.
not like they can't play a fucking chord on an instrument. They can't draw a picture, take a photo. Like
We didn't even get to the other topic about the no contact rule, which was the title of the episode.
no contact. Let's get to it.
So the girl is, I sent it to you in a video if you want to play it really quick. I think you should because I think it helps with context of like
Okay.
how, like her tone.
Let's see what this.
Man respond to no contact. Stop texting him, stop calling him, stop stalking his social media, go ghost. Delete the fucking paragraph, leave it alone. They don't fucking care, stop that shit. There's no fucking point in pleading your case, trying to convince somebody to be with you,
Someone's hurt.
trying to, show them what they did wrong. Like, just stop. Most of the time, when you go no contact, they come back, and if they don't, good. You didn't want them anymore.
I mean, okay, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So this girl clearly
Is hurt.
is projecting her own
She's
personal
hurt.
experiences
Yes.
onto others, right?
Yeah.
She's like, he got personal, me relationship. I shaved my pussy for him.
Oh my God. Hey,
What?
that happens where girls waste so much time shaving and waxing, and you're like, for what? What a fucking waste. Doesn't deserve a shaved pussy.
You know how many men shave their nuts and then like, I didn't even get touched. She's gonna look my way.
God.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
probably worse for guys because guys don't normally do that
it's
shit.
worse for girls because it's like we have to do not only that, but it's like the armpits, and then it's like
Anyways,
the
so-
legs, and it's like
Anyways.
all of that.
Okay, so this girl clearly we're about to go off on a tangent, that's why.
Okay. We're short on time.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
this girl clearly like is projecting her own personal experience, right?
Right.
And she sounds pissed, she sounds frustrated, and it's a little cringe because you're telling people what to do now because you had a bad
And
experience.
I hate influencers and people on social media that do that.
They're trying to tell you what to do.
Just do this and just do that. You're doing it all wrong, and stop this.
This is the
and
way to
stop
do it.
that. Yeah, it's like, who the fuck are you, Abraham Lincoln?
Like,
Just
okay,
kidding.
first of
I don't know
all,
why I said Abraham Lincoln.
fucking Abraham Lincoln. She's
Abraham.
like Abraham. She's clearly single, right?
Yeah, you said that.
She clearly doesn't have a man.
She's probably single.
She's probably single. She's probably gonna be single for a while. So she finds some like fucking cuck dude who's gonna like let her be a fucking steamroll his
Okay,
ass.
it's very specific. I don't know about that, but
She's just clearly like she doesn't want a guy who is gonna make her chase him, basically.
it sounds like what she's attracting is toxic men, and
But she's going after these toxic
she's going
men,
after
probably.
toxic
And she's
men
blaming them
who
now.
probably pursued her initially, and then after a while they're like, I don't really want to deal with her.
They probably
and
just
then-
showed minor interest.
And then she like, continued, and she like invested herself. She shaved her pussy more than once, and then it
Yeah.
was just like,
She douched. She douched
she
her butt.
she just got hurt because she invested probably a lot in it. Of maybe she shouldn't have,
She drove to Glendale.
maybe that was
She
obvious.
got lasered up.
and he was just like, it's fine, whatever.
He just ignored her.
Yeah, left her on red.
Yeah, or he like just was just non-responsive.
Yeah, that was my thing that I mentioned and that you were annoyed of because I kept saying that I would leave people in red
Yeah.
and
So
because I would play games.
yeah,
I would
so
play a
you're a
lot of
gamer.
games and it was toxic and all that.
Yeah, you used to be a lot toxic. It's cool. We've
Yeah,
all been toxic, you know.
yeah.
We've all had to do it. It's just
Like
you
it's
just
so funny because my friends would be like, "Oh, he's not responding to me and this and that," and I was like, "Let me have your phone."
let me show you how it's done, bitch.
Let me fucking do this for you. And it would work.
Yeah.
It would work. And I sometimes wish I could play more games for friends because like guys deserve this shit
You're a
sometimes.
fucking game player. You did play some games with me when we were first dating.
Really?
Yeah, you did some shit. Like you made me work for it. But I did say I did
Like paint my house?
like paint your fucking house. Like I
Well,
mean, you were worth it.
I mean,
Obviously.
I obviously I wasn't interested in you at first.
Yeah, you didn't think it was like that. I honestly didn't think either.
Yeah.
The plan was not, you know, was to end up like this. But you know, I
Here
just
we
liked
are.
hanging out with you and I wanted to spend more time with you. And I honestly didn't think this would happen. I didn't think I had a chance. I was just like, I want to spend more time with this person. It's like COVID, and like I missed
It
hanging out
was
with you.
COVID, you're right.
I miss like chilling with you and laughing with you. I always liked hanging out with you. So I was like, whatever. She's like cool, and she's also like also happens to be, you know, not only is she dope to hang out with, she's also, you know, bomb as fuck. So like that's, you know, that's cool. Like who doesn't want to be around someone who's bomb as fuck? Who laughs at everything they say, you know? Like
Do I laugh at everything they say? Tell me more about myself. Just
everything
kidding.
I say, not
I'm just
you.
kidding. Oh, it's
Yeah, you
because
do laugh at everything you say too, though.
yeah, that's kind of cringe.
Yeah, I do the same shit though.
You do. It is cringe.
But I only do it with you because we both like are like laughing preemptively, like. But with
Yeah.
other people, I think we can be a little more deadpan.
Yeah. But
So
anyway, so going back
okay,
to that
so
girl
going
who
back to
clearly
this
needs help,
girl,
let's give her advice. Let's reach out to her.
let's reach out to her and say you're cringe. We just talked about you on our podcast,
And then let's give her an Olivia Rodrigo album and just be like, it's a bad idea, right?
But you're right. So I think, well, I said if you're a guy on the receiving end of this no contact bullshit, if you're not interested in the girl, you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
She's gonna end up falling flat and being like, "Oh, well, this guy doesn't like me."
Right.
She does say at the end, like, if he wants to do it, he's gonna. That gives him a chance to prove, like, if he likes you or not.
Right.
But also, like most guys, especially nowadays, like I know myself personally, if you were doing that and it's the beginning stages, I'm just gonna go talk to another girl.
Like a no contact thing.
If you're just like suddenly gonna stop talking because you couldn't just like I think her problem is she's not communicating as transparently as she probably wants people to believe.
Probably.
She's doing it. She's expecting a little mind reading to happen,
Hmm.
and now she's faulting the guy when it's probably more likely they both are probably not being very clear with each other.
Right.
Not to give one, you
Yeah.
know,
Just like a one-sided type of thing.
yeah. I don't think it's that one side.
I don't think so either. It takes two, and that guy's clearly not being like he's not communicating with her and telling her that he's not interested in her as much as she is.
Or maybe he is, and he's just having a horrible time dating because he's like.
Well, have you ever heard of that thing? It's like if he's interested, you'll know. Like he'll make it obvious.
No, because girls are super oblivious. Girls don't know when guys like them.
I think a
Girls
lot of
don't
women
know.
do. Yeah.
Girls don't know when guys like them.
I mean, I knew you
Girls-
liked me.
Cut the podcast up. Cut this right here. Okay, yeah, but I was, you know, painting her house and driving 45 minutes to see you
Yeah.
every day. So,
It's obvious.
and on the phone with you for like 4 hours at a time. So, like, clearly I liked you. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, that's your fault.
it was.
You shouldn't have hung around me in those overalls and that NSYNC shirt. That's wrong. That was wrong of you.
That was wrong with me.
That was wrong of you. You shouldn't have, you know, shown your butt on the first date.
What
you know?
the
Like,
hell? I didn't show you my butt.
you didn't show it to me, but you were like, you know, you were emphasizing it with your
No,
your
I
fit.
wasn't. I was wearing overalls to paint. Shut
No,
up.
the first time we hung out, you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point is, her booty was rocking, and I said, "Let's go, let's go, let's go."
Okay, we have 3 minutes left.
Okay, so I think I think yeah.
I
Like
think, yeah.
I think yeah. Like yeah.
Stop. You're
They're not
wasting time.
communicating with each other.
Yes.
And she's throwing it on the guy now.
Yeah. And
Like
she's trying to be like, ladies, here, I'm gonna save you some time. Here's advice. But it's like, girl, you need to get your own advice. Like, on
yeah, like
you need to listen to someone
you
else.
need to be more direct. Like you should
You
tell
did not figure it out.
Yeah. You didn't figure it out, and now this guy's gonna just not talk to you
Yeah.
because you're distancing yourself, and he's gonna think, oh, either she's pissed at me or she's not interested.
Like, what she figured out is how to play games, but it's not going to benefit her because she's overreacting. And the thing is, if you're going to do the no contact rule, you can't overreact like how you are on fucking Instagram right now.
Yeah,
Like, if you're going to do the no contact rule, you're going to be like, I'm chill, living my best life, and I'm not going to tell anybody about it because nobody needs to know.
That's
you
it.
know?
Yeah. You don't gotta post the thing on Instagram. That's stupid. And then the guy is just gonna be like, I'm gonna go just talk to another girl because like you're playing fucking games and acting weird.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna just be
And
like,
then he's going to see her on Instagram.
and be like, oh, I dodged a bullet. This girl's weird as fuck.
She's like, she doesn't even have to. The way her tone was and everything, she's like crying. She's crying.
She's crying about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She took it personal.
She took it really personal.
It was a bad idea, right?
So we'll end here.
I don't want to end there.
We only have a minute left, babe. You always want to like use every.
I want to say
second.
that Kobe stole at least 2 minutes,
He
3
did.
minutes of
He
this
did.
podcast, and it's not fair. And if you are also a victim of your dog's obsessive licking and itching and just general disruptive behavior, give us a call. Email us at imbeingseriously@gmail.com.
I don't have that.
We don't have an email. So, anyways, what do you guys want for Christmas? From
That's
the
the
IBS
next.
family.
The next episode.
The next episode is going to be Christmas gifts.
I'm giving out Christmas gifts to the next 10 people
And then we're going to play a
that
little
DM me.
We're going to play a little segment for next week's episode.
Yeah.
So what do you think about regifting gifts?
Bye.
Wait, what?
Bye.
Can we sing a song?
Babe, we have like